Good morning, all you fabulous people. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Sorry I didn't catch you late last week. Had work stuff that I had to handle, but everything is back to normal. And in case you missed it, we have high C spoilers coming out the wazoo. I heard it was due to a leak, and James White kind of confirmed that in his tweet. But we have all three heroes. Well, I presumably all three heroes. I assume there's no more, and quite a few cards for them to just kind of give them a thing. Um, Subscriber count 669, nice number. Thank you. Continue the support. Code JCH still gets you a free month of Fyendal's Premium. They have EV Tracker, Collection Tracker. They can do a lot of the market trends, which is what I use on here. I use TCG low and then kind of adjust it. Give them a shout out and check out free 1 month trial on that for premium is pretty sweet. Anyway, let's get into all the craziness that is going on with high seas in the market. Puffin Hightail is a pirate mechanologist. All of these heroes are pirate, which is a class, by the way, not a talent, which is interesting. So there could be a potential vanilla pirate in the future, which is fun. Pirate mechanologist hero Puffin Hightail creates golden cogs off gold, and when you crank two items, the second time you crank an item, draw a card. So that seems pretty good. Another thing to note here is her mechanologist attack here gets go again by kind of exhausting it or tapping it. We haven't really heard a lot on this yet. It is so it's boostless, so kind of less fatigue there, but still have go again, which is interesting. And then Skywarden galvanizes. Your golden cogs is what she makes off her hero ability, and it just quickly, it's just basically there as an item. It doesn't do anything. Some of the stuff interacts with golden cogs. Gravy Bones, we have our first new class since Arachne nearly 3 years ago. Necromancer, pirate necromancer, cares about blues, creates allies, does stuff from the graveyard. Pretty cool. We got Chum here. He's a kind of a taunt mechanic. We've got a couple of attacks with overpower, tapping allies, and then we got Maryland Treasure Hunter. Oh, also, Gravy Bones has an armory deck releasing pre-release weekend, which is sick. I will probably pick that up. Maybe a little bit more of this. Then we got Maryland Treasure Hunter, Pirate Ranger, destroy golds to create Goldfin Harpoons, which is like a 2-attack arrow. And then whenever you draw a card during your action phase, you may put an arrow from your hand face up into the arsenal. So very good hero ability for Ranger. Pirate Ranger, she seems kind of want to do big attacks, but also kind of go again. New gold token, Treasure Island macro. I believe this is only going to be for pre-release and sealed. But first time you or an ally does damage to a hero, put a counter on this, and you can turn that counters into gold. And that's just kind of high seas. It looks very fun. We got a new class. We got Rigor Mortis here. We got two new classes technically, but one entirely new class hero. And without further ado, let's get into the market because of this. Crown of Dominion is going crazy because of gold interaction. The rainbow foil is up to 68. It spiked up a little bit higher, but came back down. The cold foil is absolutely bonkers at 125. I think I have at least one cold foil I need to probably dump because I got a Marvel. The Marvel, which is the other interesting aspect, is 250. Really hasn't gone up that much. It was at like 225. No, yeah, 240. So really, it's only gone up $5. This seems like a fair price. Crown of Dominion Marvel is extremely rare, but I would say proceed with caution. Oh, I lost my camera. All right, we'll continue on. No camera. Savage Sash, I think one just sold on this. Yeah, 313, 245. The last sold was like 250. There's only one on the market at 325. Judge Cold Foil, hard to come by, and probably the big hit from that Judge pack. Thick Hide Hunter, the EA from Hunted is up to $100. Last sale was like 37. I think somebody just realized that these were probably too cheap. Brute is due for some Set support. Hopefully next set. I was hoping it was this set, but we did not get that. Command and Conquer EA Rainbow Foil lightly played at $300. These kind of bottomed out at like $215, $220. Yeah, 210 was the lowest sale here. And they're just slowly ticking up. People are selling them. There's not that many left. There's 2 play sets here, and one at 300, 325, and then one at 350, and then there's one at 500. Then we got adaptive plating. Makes sense. We have galvanized show up. We have crank show up. Makes sense that adaptive plating goes up for mechanologists. One thing to note, this is bright lights. There's not that many out there. People didn't open that many bright lights. There's 10 total listings left. 2 cold foils left, which I think the cold foil is up to $100. There's one at $100, and then it goes to $123. The rainbow foil really hasn't gone up super much. There's a few left here at like $60 to $70, and then they are gone. They're up to $95. I think this is a pretty good buy if you're interested in puffing. Seems like a pretty good include for galvanized. Weakest link. The non-foil is 45, but the rainbow foil, there's only 6 listings left. Oh, that's not right. I did the normal. The rainbow foil. Oh, come on, camera. The rainbow foil is at $67. There's more rainbow foils on the market than non-foils, which is interesting. There's 2 non-foils at $45, which seems like a pretty good deal because the next listing here is that $67 for the rainbow foil. If you need a weakest link, this seems like a good price to get it at. These were a little lower, I think. Nope, the 45 is pretty fair, I would say. Grab it if you need it. Heist is up to $24 for the non-foil, but the rainbow foil, there's only 3 listings left. Damaged here at $40, and then they go up to heavily played at $50. This is crazy. There's one here near mint at $50. I would avoid damage and heavily played here, but Lumbertown Games, I don't know if anybody has any experience with them. Maybe they're listing it, listing cards heavily played and damaged so they don't have to do as many refunds due to condition-wise, but I would proceed with caution there. Grasp of the Art Night. This one was interesting, but Roar is extremely popular. It is up to 144. Went up about $20 this past week. Yeah, it was 120. Roar Armory deck came out 2 weeks ago. People are upgrading, I guess. Trench of the Sunken Treasure is up to $250 for a near mint copy. These were down to like $130, $150. They off the news went crazy. Wage Gold, more gold interaction. All of these are going kind of nuts. The yellow is up to $15. The red is up to $30, and the blue is $9 for these EA promos. The other cool thing about Wage Gold is it's universal, so it takes on the same class as your hero, which should be interesting if this takes on both pirate and both pirate and necromancer, or both pirate and ranger or mechanologist on this. So that would be, or if you have to choose one, I'd be interested to see what happens with that. But that's cool interaction. The Rampant Growth / Life went up a little bit. They're up to 85. There's one here at Mike Toyd Cards. He has 0%, no sales. I would proceed with caution with that, but it's a $5 sale, so I would probably go with the Gamer Heaven. There's only a playset here left. I believe this was an Armory promo, and it was a one of, so pretty rare. Balance of Justice, there was also card draw mentioned, and when gold happens, there's typically card draw as well. $160 for the rainbow foil is the cheapest on the market. Cold foil is up to $195. Not huge jumps. Rainbow foil went from like $140 to $150, and the cold foil went from like $180 to $195. So just watch out for that. If you don't have a balance of justice, you probably need it. It will be used sporadically in the market accordingly, or in the meta. Sorry. Shelter from the Storm EA is up to $380, and there's even sales at there was a sale at $380. No, maybe not. Where'd it go? It says there's a high sale price at $380. I don't see it. Anyway, last sold was 330. There's a couple here that were lightly played at 315, 346. Good card. Using a lot. I think the rainbow foil and the non-foil are probably the way to go. I think they're probably the rainbow foil regular is probably the way to go. They're at 84. They're $2 more than the non-foil, and there's not that many left of those. Blood Rush Bellow, the Unlimited Rainbow is up to $30. There's only 4 listings left. There's about 3 play sets here. Brute is due for things, but I think I would be cautious on the rainbow foil. The non-foil I think is not first edition non-foil. The non-foil I think is a pretty good buy still at $5. It's been a $5 card for the longest, but there's not that many left before it goes to like $8 and higher. This card, as long as it doesn't get banned, is going to be used in nearly every route. Anyway, Shock Charmers moving up a little bit. I don't think Aurora uses this a little bit, but I think that's probably why it's going up. Twin Drive Mechanologists did well, or got announced, so it's going up again. But it kind of bottomed out. I kind of told a month or so ago to get these because they were like $20 and they were going to go back up eventually. Gravekeeping. I think there was a gravekeeping in here, right? No, maybe there was a promo. Gravekeeping seems pretty good against Gravy Bones. Kind of ruin his day and take out his targets from the graveyard. I think there's also a Gravekeeping promo for this set too, so watch out for that. The Rainbow Foil is up to $10. The non-foil is still like 5 cents. It's a rare from Mistvale. Rowdy Locals up to $12. This seems pretty good for Gravy Bones. Discarding a card is what he wants to do. He wants to play blues. It's a blue block 3. Good effect. Prismatic Leyline also could see some use. Gets the most effect out of yellow and blues. So if Gravy Bone wants to play blues and then a few yellows, this seems like a good card. It's a 0-cost block 3 with good effect. Poison the Tips. I would say proceed with caution in this until the end of your turn. Or end of the turn, arrows you control gains. If this hits, they discard a card, so it's a pretty good thing. And it reloads, and it has go again. It's a 0-cost yellow block 2. Good card. It's Crucible of War, so it is kind of limited, but it is up to $7. Rapid Fire. Also, I would proceed with caution again. It's a 0-cost yellow block 2. Until the end of the turn, arrows you gain or you control gain go again, reload. Actually, this one seems really good, especially with like the Gulfin Harpoons. Do a big arrow, and if you're drawing cards, this also makes sense as well. Rapid Fire, I think, is both of these actually seem pretty good. Rapid Fire at $1.50, I'm definitely more keen to try to buy some of those instead of the $5 or $7 Poison the Tips. Brand with Cinderclaw. I learned this morning that the Rainbow Foil is at $4.40. Just wanted to throw that out there. The Rainbow Foil, there are Rainbow Foil playables of common and rares of older sets that are going up. Sizzle. The Rainbow Foil promo is down. It was up to like $20. There's 2 here at $9 from Lunar 1 TCG. If you needed these, it seems like a pretty good price to pick up. Wartune Herald. These popped up last week. They were up to like $60. There was no listings. They're back down. There's one here at $20. We're around they were selling at. Seems like a pretty good fair price. Slap Happy down to $1.70 seems pretty good in Warrior, especially if you need that Vigor token. I was flirting with this card in Fang, but I cut it for taking on the chin. I think it was just better. Anyway, there's 2 here at $1.70. Back to a fair price. I think the $5 is too high for that. Kasai the Golden Sands, the Marvel is up to or down to $155 if you needed this one. But this is Kane Keblin Fab 0% on one sale. I would say proceed with caution. It's only $5 or it's about the same price as Wizard Shop here, and they have a bunch of sales and 100% feedback. So I would go with Wizard Shop. Anaphylactic Shock went up a little bit and then it came back down. It is up to $41. I still think this is pretty fair for EA Majestic, especially from the Hunted, where Hunted seems to be pretty hard to find in stock anymore. $41 for Assassin Bling card. Seems pretty fair, especially considering the lowest they were at was like $30. I think at one point they were even 22, but those quickly sold and went back up. Channel Lightning Valley cold foil is down to to 75. Aurora Bling, Cilio Bling, cheapest it's been in a while. So I mean, other than like a month ago, but just a few weeks. Just wanted to throw that out there. Arknight Shard, $199 for a rainbow foil Arknight Shard. Viscerai is LL and CC. I would hold off on buying your Arknight Shards till later. I would expect this to continue to go down. He's also LL and Blitz, so he can't play it in Blitz. He can only play it in Living Legend right now. Really, this is just a collector's item at this point, other than Viscerai in Living Legend. Which I don't follow Living Legend that much, so I'm not sure how good he is or bad he is in that format. I think he's pretty good because he's got Skeleta. Anyway, Master Cog Rainbow Foil. When this is pitched, you may put a steam counter on item you control with Crank. This seems to support Puffin. I would proceed with caution. $90 for a Rainbow Foil that just a few weeks ago was nearly unplayable basically, and the cold foil is up to 190. Also, fables aren't required for a deck. This seems like an unnecessary one of. I would proceed with caution. I do think it's better than it has ever been at this point, but it's still pretty rough. Syndra Drakai of Retribution, $255 for lightly played Marvel. This surprised me that this one's still stuck up here, pretty much at its high sale price. One sold at $230, one sold at $289. This is just in the past week. That's pretty crazy. Syndra's still doing popular, but all the callings and big events are Aurora is like the mass majority of the players. So this kind of shocks me. I guess she's still pretty darn popular, but. Last but not least, Sigil of Cycles also seems pretty good for Gravy Bones. Discarding cards, he's blue. Seems pretty solid. $55 for the Marvel. This Marvel was too cheap forever. It was generic blue. I should have bought some. I dragged my feet on it. Anyway, these are up to 55. There's quite a few still here at like 60. But I would watch out for this. Rosetta's nearly out of stock, too. I haven't seen that in a while, either. My store's been trying to get it since basically the beginning of the year and hasn't gotten anything in. Anyway, and last, I just wanted to go through kind of the highest sales tab that they have now. And this is over the past 3 days. Sink Below in the highest sales does not shock me. That just means probably a lot of new players are coming in. Saber Bloodshed, Fang, and the Assassins are all doing pretty well with this. $15, went up 50 cents. Germinate selling. Florian's doing very well. I think he, from the Viscerai players, kind of converted a good chunk of them. Spreading Flames, Cinder's doing well. Snuff Out kind of shocked me. Weakest Link also being up here as in the best sells is kind of crazy. I didn't think any of the new cards really had no blocks on them. Oh, Goldfin Harpoon, I guess. Yeah. But that's... I don't see Weakest Link on the new guys as much. And that's kind of it. Thank you, guys. Code JCH still gets you a free month of premium. It gets you all this. Highest sales, I do the sort by percentage gain. Market trends, it has EV tracker for boxes. Collection trackers, emblems, decks. Oh, this is kind of cool. They added this, and this is the most recent decks listed, and they kind of price them out, and you can see their deck lists while they're there. Anyway, that's kind of a glimpse into Fyendal's Collection Premium. Thank you, guys. Bye.